All right, in this video, we're going to teach you how to build this exact scenario here. This is a phone call being made, and then we're going to send a email to wherever you want. I'm going to try and make it as non-boring as possible. So here we go. First thing we really want to do is know what's going to happen so that we can make sure that we're using our modules properly. So let's write down what we want to happen. So first, a phone call is going to happen. That phone call is going to have some info. This is called the data. Where does the data come from? It comes from your source. In this case, the source is going to be your caller platform. We're going to use Retell in this instance. So this is where the data is coming from. Okay, so data, phone call info from Retell. It's important to know that because if you're not coming from a phone call source, if you're coming from a spreadsheet or something like that, your intake is going to be a little bit different. But it also lets you know how your trigger happens as well. So that's what's important. So this is where the data comes from. The data is going to be phone call info from Retell. Next, we have trigger. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that via webhook. Next, what are we going to do with it? We want to send an email. Now, in sending this email, that's easy. We get the info and then we send it by email. Now, to do that, we're going to need to organize the info because we're going to get a lot of info that we don't want. So we're going to call this organize. How do we organize? We normally organize with a filter sometimes. Sometimes we do it with a filter. Sometimes we do it with a set variable. That's our basic situation there. Then we're going to send the email, but we're going to want to format the email. Make sure we're formatted. That is our simple map. The data comes in. We're going to take the data. We're going to trigger will have the data comes in from Retell because we made a phone call. A trigger will happen. We're going to get the info via webhook. We're going to organize the data via filter and set variables or variables. And then we're going to send an email, but we want to make sure it's formatted. All right, those are the steps that we're going to do to build this. That'll keep us on track. All right, so next, we're going to call this Retell phone call to Gmail demo. Perfect. So Retell phone call to Gmail demo. Remember our map here. The data already exists, and that's in Retell. So first thing in Make we're going to do is do a webhook. Let's set up that webhook. Custom webhook is what we want. We need to create a custom webhook. So we're going to hit choose a hook. We're going to add a hook, and this is going to be called demo webhook. Demo Retell web hook. Pretty cool, huh? So rude. And see how we have our thing here? It's looking for somewhere to go. So let's copy this to the clipboard. We're going to paste it in Retell right here in our webhook settings. Now, I'll actually do this twice. What I do is I actually delete it. I copy it again to make sure I have the right one copied because I'm always nervous I have the wrong one copied. And then I paste it again. All right. And I think I have this set up. Yep, perfect. So what this is going to grab is the first name, last name, and a phone number. So this is the information we're looking to get emailed to us. So now we'll run a test. We only need it to connect for like 2 seconds.
Hello,
Hey,
this
how
is
are
Chloe with
you? We
Lifetime
should be good.
Solar.
I'm going to end the call. And we have the connection success. Beautiful, wonderful. All right, so save that. So now our data is coming in for the most part. Now we want it to go out. So let's go out. Where do we want it to go? We want it to go to Gmail. We want to send a Gmail. So send an email is what we want to do. So right here, I'm going to connect my Gmail account and we're going to add a recipient. Okay, there we go. I'm going to hit save. And if you want to learn more really useful builds like this one and other cool AI stuff, book an appointment with the link below or join AI Certification Academy on School. Now, what we need to do is get a data set because in our Gmail, we can have the subject called hello call, but we don't have any more data we can actually put in the content besides what we type. So let's grab a data set. I'm going to hit save. Save anyway. And save. So let's grab a data set. Now to do that, we have to run once and then we have to push data through. So let's make a phone call and push the data through. And
Hello,
while I'm
this is
talking on
Chloe with
this, watch
Lifetime
this. You
Solar,
can
here to
see this.
complete your
See, so
welcome
now
call.
there's some
Do you have the
data.
customer on the...
Yeah, I'm right here.
Great. To ensure we process your information correctly, let's get started. Am I speaking with the homeowner?
Yes, you are.
Wonderful. Do you mind stating your first and last name and spelling it for me?
Tim Wall, Timwall.
Thank you, Tim Dot. Do you mind providing us with your phone number that will be able to best reach you?
1234567.
Thank you. Can you please verify your address, including this?
And that is all we need. So now we have some data here. However, what we need to do is have this data analyzed. Call started is what we have right now. We're going to run this again, use the existing data. That's the data that we just spoke. Now the call has ended. Now let's analyze the data one more time here. You can see here, now we have it call analyzed. Beautiful. Now we go into Gmail and we have all of our data down here. You can see we have our call analysis and our custom analysis, which is our first name, last name, phone number, which real quick is what we have in our post call analysis. And now we have some content that we can put in here. So all I want to do is say, welcome demo completed. You can literally type whatever you want, just like an email in here. Type anything you want in there. It comes up just like an email. However, see how when I hit enter, you get page breaks? To get a page break in here, you have to type in this parenthesis BR. That is like hitting enter in a real email. And yes, you do have to type that in. So I want this to say, welcome demo completed. And then I want 2 line breaks. And then I want some information to show up. The information I want is his first name, customer's first name. I'm going to hit spacebar twice, just like when typing, literally like a space. I'll hit spacebar once. And then his last name. So that's what's going to happen. And then I want to go down here. Remember, we need some page breaks, line breaks, a couple line breaks, and we're going to gather the phone number. So we're going to have his first name, last name, and then his phone number. And there's 2 more things I want. We want his call summary. So we want the call summary, which is right here. We want to read his call summary, and we want to have his call recording. So here's the recording URL right here. Now that's pretty cool. We have our type out whatever you want to type. You can literally type anything, just like a regular email. Line break, line break. First and last name are going to go, it's going to look like this. It's going to look just like that, Tim Wall. Break, break. Then his phone number is going to pop up. Enter, enter. We're going to get a call summary, enter, enter, recording URL. So that is what we want it to look like. Hit save. That is the body of the email that we just did right there. Now, in the subject email, we want to put in the date and the customer name. That way, we want the customer name first and then the date. Let's do that. Hello demo, customer name dash date. This is information that comes from the phone call. So you can see right here, like we can put in we don't even have the date. We need to pull the date. So you can see right here, we have a timestamp, but this timestamp is like super weird. So if we were to instead of the date, bring in this timestamp, it's going to look funky. It's going to look just like this. It's literally going to copy this number over here. What we need to do is organize this timestamp. Let's make the timestamp look good. Now we do that, I'm going to better hit save, with a tool called set multiple variables. We have the date, we just need to set it. So let's add an item, and the variable name is going to be date. You can search or you can just put date. And the value is going to be search for format of the date. This is what we want, format date. Now this is actually a function. So right here where we have date, down here should say format date right here. And you can actually click on it. That way you don't have to have every single function memorized. You can just use your function bar to find that. See that? Okay, cool. Now, how do we want it formatted? What do we want it to look like? Well, if you hover over it, it actually shows you. We want it to look like this 12//. You can make it look like the dash, or you can make it look like the dot. We want it to make it look like this. So to do this, we just need to follow this little formula. So before this little semicolon, we're actually going to bring in, click on your star right here. We're going to bring in the timestamp. Bink. And then after the semicolon, so this it looks like this. Now let's make it look like this, please. What do we want it to look like? Once again, go to your functions, your time functions, and hover over format date. And it'll show you exactly what to do. Month, year, day, day. Hit the slash and then hit escape. DD, hit the slash and then hit escape. Year. Now it comes in looking funky and comes out looking great, just like we want it. So hit save. So now phone call comes in, the date is going to look really cool, and then the body of our Gmail looks like this. Our subject, though, we're almost done. Look up here. Now we have our tools and we can pull the date. So instead of me typing date, we want the word date. Perfect. Now, instead of customer name, we need to do this right here because the customer name is going to be different each time. So we want the first name, and that is down here in the call analysis, custom analysis, first name, give it a space, last name, and save. All right. Now there's one little trick I need to tell you guys. So right here, remember how our data said call analyzed? We only want to email call analyzed because Data is going to push two ways. It's going to push when you push it manually. So you literally have to come in here and click run and then all the data pushes. Or it's going to click at a certain time. And if it does it at a certain time, it's going to do it in the middle of the phone call. So let's do a little filter right here that only does it when the phone call is done. Call is done. So the condition is the event. Something happens. The phone call happens. What the event needs to say is call analyzed. So I'm going to type in this exact right here. Call underscore analyzed. So the event that happens is the call is analyzed and then it sends an email. That is where we're done. So, and our filter is called call is done, call is completed, call is analyzed, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now, once again, we followed our blueprint. The phone call happens in Retell, way up here. This webhook is connected to it. So when the phone call happens, it's going to say phone call happening. The filter is going to say, okay, now our phone call is done. The tools are going to say, let's make the date look good. And then the email will pick this up and say, I'm going to email subject line with this information, and my body is going to look like this. All right, let's save it all, and let's make a phone call. We're going to make a short phone call. I'm going to give it my name, my phone number, and it'll
Hello,
send the email.
this is Chloe with Lifetime Solar here to complete your welcome call. Do you have the customer on the line?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. The purpose of this call is to ensure we process your information correctly. Am I speaking with the homeowner?
Yes, you are.
Wonderful. Do you mind stating your first and last name and spelling it for me?
Ted Bundy, Tedbundy.
Thank you, Ted. Do you mind providing us with your phone number that we'll be able to best reach you?
1234567.
Thank you, Ted. Can you please verify your address, including the city and state?
All right, that's all we needed. Okay, let's go back to our email and see if an email actually sent. No, it didn't, because I forgot one important piece of information, and that is to turn it on. So we're going to turn it on as immediately as data arrives. Now we do need to process the old data. That's the phone call I literally just made is the old data. So let's process the old data. Let's save, and we'll make the phone call again real quick.
Hello, this is Chloe with Lifetime Solar here to complete your welcome call. Do you have the customer on the line?
Yes, I do, right here.
Fantastic. The purpose of this call is to ensure we're processing your information correctly. First, am I speaking with the homeowner?
Yes, you are.
Wonderful. Do you mind stating your first and last name and spelling it for me?
Ted Bundy, Tedbundy.
Thank you, Ted. Do you mind providing us with your phone number that we'll be able to best reach you?
1234567.
Thank you, Ted. Can you please verify your address, including the city and state?
All right, that should be all we need. Let's go see if we got an email. And we do right here. Literally, you're watching it happen live. Ted Bundy. Boom. Welcome, demo completed. Ted Bundy, 1234567, and the recording call. We did it, and it looks great. Welcome call. His name is right here. That's his phone number, summary, and recording. And look, hello demo, Ted Bundy. That's beautiful. You can change the spaces here. I think I hit 2 spaces there, but you can clean up the formatting just a little bit. But that is how you do it. Now, one little tidbit I will tell you, immediately as data arrives, you can also change this to send it once every day at a certain time frame, and then boom, you're done. That's actually just literally one time, but every day at whatever time frame you want in whatever time zone you want. Pretty cool, huh? That is some options you can have there. Hopefully that was super easy and another great scenario. This one is incredibly useful to use. Go build it and post it in the community and say, hey, I built it. I got an email to work, and let's keep learning together. We'll see ya.